Hello everybody, Accenture has released their quarterly results yesterday and the results are actually pretty positive for the overall IT industry itself. So let's start with the first positive in the entire results, which is share buyback. Yes, Accenture has announced that they will be buying back their own shares worth $4 billion. And what does this mean? Just to step back before we jump into the technicalities, what is happening in the industry, I'll just explain briefly what share buyback means, right? You and I as common investors, we can go and buy shares. But when a company is saying that, hey, I will buy my own shares, it means that they have a lot of confidence in the results that are about to come in the next few years. It is a very good news for the industry. Of course, it is a good news for the shareholders as well because the company is buying shares from them back, right? And on top of that, for the investors, individual investors, it indicates that the company is very confident, which means good jobs, good overall growth prospects for the industry. So all in all, this share buyback worth $4 billion is a fantastic news. Before we move into the next section of the video, I want to quickly introduce to you Odoo. Odoo is an all-in-one business management software providing a whole range of applications simplifying your day-to-day business operations. Let's just take, for example, building websites. Every company needs a website, and when you get started on your entrepreneurial journey, building a website is a terrifying job. You need to have a front-end guy, a back-end guy, and a DevOps guy, or you need to hire an agency and dance to their tunes. You will lose a lot of money, and more importantly, you will lose time as well. But with Odoo, you can build your own website without any technology background. Just by following 4 simple steps, your website is ready in a few minutes. You can drag and drop blocks, add text, add your images, or use Odoo's integrated stock library. Everything on the website is customizable. Not just website building, you don't need any technology background to even host your website with Odoo. And on top of it, your first application is free forever, and that too with unlimited support and hosting. Your custom domain name is also free for 1 year. So no more monthly bills and no issues getting started with your business. Check out Odoo through the link in the description and get started today. Now coming back into the second positive, this is with respect to the generative AI. Of all the business verticals, generative AI vertical has taken the center stage. Their overall current bookings are worth up to $3 billion. And what does current bookings mean? It means either a new client coming in or an old client coming and purchasing new things. For example, if you are buying snacks regularly from a shopkeeper and you say, hey, now I have bought snacks, but from next month, I will add on with a cool drink, right? That's a new business for the shopkeeper. So similarly, if an IT services company has been selling a few things so far for their old clients, now they are adding generative AI services, or they are going and pitching it to the new clients and they are telling that, hey, we will help you become generative AI ready. So $3.1 billion of new bookings in the Gen AI space, which is a huge positive. And add on top of that, their consulting services revenues have not increased a lot, but their managed services revenues have increased by 5%. And managed services revenues are typically what all the IT services companies look forward to, because there are 2 types of billings through which they can charge their clients. One is time and material and the other one is managed services. When it is time and material, you are saying that, hey, I'm giving you an employee for X number of hours and I will charge for that employee some dollars. But in the space of managed services, what you are actually saying is, hey, you have certain work like site reliability or maintenance of the site or whatever the activity could be, you give the entire work for me, I will take care of it, right? So the client is also happy that they don't have to get into the weeds of it, and the IT services company is also happy that they get to play around with how many people are working. They can increase the number of people working, reduce the number of people, optimize a lot more and still get the work done. So everybody is happy in this scenario, and that is what Accenture has mentioned, that their managed services revenues have increased by 5%, which is a good news for the overall industry as well. Now taking another dimension and coming back into the AI space, very clearly $3.1 billion of AI current bookings is a big number. And let me tell you from my perspective where this industry is headed as well. Very clearly, if you are in the space of marketing, content generation and all these kind of things, AI is going to take over. It's just a matter of whether it is 2 years versus 5 years. Now, it is difficult for AI to take over in fields like healthcare, right? Because in healthcare, you can't have 99.9% accuracy. You need to have 100% accuracy. And I also think a very common example could be food tech. In the space of Zomato and Swiggy, you can't have a 99% accuracy in terms of delivering something to the customer. You can't say that, hey, I'm going to the right building, I'm going to the right complex, I'm getting to the right floor, but instead of 202, I'm delivering it to 203. It's 99.9% accurate, doesn't matter. So there are some industries which are ripe for disruption right now. So if you are in those industries, you need to be thinking about how to leverage Gen AI a lot more. Now, within the Accenture results context, there was one more industry where they mentioned the results are pretty positive, and that is digital transformation. Now, this digital transformation could mean a lot of things. It could be I'm migrating to cloud, or I'm optimizing my existing cloud, or for a manufacturing plant, I'm moving from paper-based things to just internet-based things. It could be anywhere on the spectrum, but this digital transformation itself is the second revenue growth stream for Accenture, very clearly from the CEO's words. Now, the fourth positive is the overall revenues, not just generative AI or digital transformation revenues, but the overall revenues are also positive. They have grown by 3% compared to last year, same time frame. And they are also saying that for the next 1 year, we are looking with a growth rate expected to be around 3 to 6%. Once you see that, hey, if Accenture is projecting a 3 to 6% growth rate, it means TCS, Infosys, Wipro, HCL Tech Mahindras of the world, all these guys will also start thinking about 3 to 6% growth rate at least. And this is a better number compared to the last 1 year where all the IT services companies were just saying we have grown by 1% or we did not even grow at all, and we have actually come down by 1.5%, just like in the case of Wipro. So huge positive news again, because it just indicates where the overall industry is going. But I just don't want to give you a picture of only one side of the coin. I would rather share the other side of the coin as well. Within the Accenture revenues, there is one thing which is slightly concerning, which is the financial services revenues. If you see revenues by industry, the clients from where they are getting money from, the clients from financial services industry, that particular segment of revenues is not growing by a lot. And this is important because TCS, Infosys, and all the Indian big IT companies derive 30 to 40% of their revenues from financial services. So if the financial services clients are not giving big enough money, or if they are not increasing their spend with Accenture, very highly likely that they are not going to increase their spend once again with TCS or Infosys or any other Indian IT major company. So that's one concern. So it has to be still a wait and watch approach. The second issue is what Accenture has announced, not in their quarterly results, but a few days back, where they said that they are delaying promotions from the December cycle to the June cycle. So there are delays in hikes and also delays in the promotions. The results are positive, but they might be using all the overall negative sentiment in the market to just cut down the cost. Because end of the day, if you are cutting down your cost and increasing your revenue, which is what is happening in the case of Accenture, then the shareholders, the board, the CEO, all of them will be extremely happy because they are making more profits even when the revenues are increasing. So it is just my hypothesis and my assumption that, hey, this is the reason why they are doing it, because the overall market sentiment itself is negative, so they can afford to do it. But we'll have to see. If you are working from Accenture, if you have an insider perspective, please do go ahead and share in the comments, and I will look in and I will add on top of that as well. Hope these results give you an overall perspective. Please do share it in your network with your friends within the industry and let them add their 2 cents as well on what they are observing in their company. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you again in the next one. Bye bye.